Okay, 14.2 mobility prep. We're gonna hit on the shoulders, we're gonna hit the upper back, the hips and the ankles, and in the end, I'll show you that thing that I call 27 squats you can do for the overhead squat. Let's get started. 2 positions for the shoulder that we really wanna make sure that you're prepped for, on top of everything else. It's this overhead position, and it's also this top of the chest to bar. Okay, so we're gonna hit those first. Same thing as last week, band in front of the shoulder. Take a step forward, have the band, wind that shoulder back, and from now, you can work those 2 ranges of motions at the same time. You can go overhead and really bias this position if you want, a little motion in there. And then you can go ahead and hit that top of the chest to bar as well in here. So make sure you hit both positions. You go overhead, chest to bar, overhead, chest to bar. And if you want to tie in these other ranges of motion that you saw previously, you certainly can. It's going to help your shoulder to be ready. But just make sure you're going to focus on here, focus on here. This is going to give you a lot more range on that chest to bar pull-up. It's going to make a big difference to your performance. Okay, spend enough time there to see a significant change in how far back your hand is going in that pull. If you guys can see this, that could cost me a lot of pull-ups on this side not to have the same range of motion. Next, thoracic spine. So we're just going to use double or cross ball, so you can do what you want, but we're going to use a simple one. My spine goes in between the 2, also on either side. Most of you must have seen this before. I'm just going to lie on the ground. Make sure that I'm opening up the thoracic spine, working in the overhead position as I go up. If I have a plate, if I'm feeling stiffer, I can grab a plate, hold it over my chest, extend with the plate, or rotate with the plate. Make sure you go all the way up throughout the whole thoracic spine. Make sure you're ready for the overhead squat and the chest to bar pull-up. Next, for the hips, just a basic band opener, kind of non-specific, but still looking at that flexion, external rotation, that squat range of motion. So I'm going to go inside, band is pulling me backwards, set myself up, and in here I could mainly just focus on motion, so rotation, circles one way or the other way, maybe 10 one way, 10 the other way. You can go ahead and hit a little bit of knee extension in here to challenge that position differently. And if you feel that the front of your hip is tight after you've hit this, just turn around. Do a little piece here, maybe with some lunges, just on the front of the hip. Okay, make sure you're nicely open for the chest to bar. And if you get a little pinch in the squat as you go down, this might be your thing. Finally, the ankle. So the same principle as we saw before. With the hips and the shoulders, the band is going to pull you backwards. Wind it up. You can squat down. You can bring one foot on the side. Just work that range of motion. Or you could just do some squats with the band set up this way. Whatever you need to get that ankle ready. Make sure you hit all these different corners. Make sure it's feeling good before you're good to go. And once you've hit all these mopes, or maybe even between the sets, here's what I recommend: 27 squats. So it's basically 27 different foot positions that you can do in a squat. If you look down on my feet, we can start toes forward, squat down, you can go toes out, squat down, you can go toes in. You might need to be careful with this. Squat down, feet wide, same deal, and then feet narrow. Same deal, and just go the range that you can. Then 1 foot forward, same thing, toes forward, toes out, toes in, wide, and then narrow as well. And then of course you could do the left foot forward too. So that's just to get your hips going, get a little proprioception in, get your nervous system firing up. could also do that with the PVC pipe or even a barbell, an overhead squat position. So get your shoulders ready, get your upper back, hips and ankles ready, hit those 20 sets of squats, and then get ready to hit it hard.